All right, we're recording over there. We'll edit that off. And boom. All right, we're going live, y'all. Let me see. All right, we live. We are going live while we are recording our video for YouTube. So we wanted you guys to be involved. We're making this for our
my other earring. Oh, Lordy. All right.
You ready?
I am.
All right, she got her earlier ready. Okay, so what we're doing is making a video about sending a realtor to the auction for you. You know, Georgia is an aggressive state with the auctions. So what we do is we go and make a transactional agreement for our buyers and set it up so that we can go and buy properties for them at the auction so that they don't have to, you know, take risks without knowing, you know, what they're buying into and things of that sort. So that's a service that we're putting out here, that we're making it live to be able, so that you can understand if you wanted to invest and how we do it. And so, like, just a couple days ago, we drove past all of the properties that were going up. So the reason why we do that is so that we can get a market activity report for each property, so that we know without a doubt that it's going to be a good investment for somebody to invest in. Is that correct, Miss Lisa?
That is correct.
That is correct. So with that report, what we do is take those numbers, and what we do is create what's called a maximum bid. But that don't mean go in there and just start off at that price. This is the maximum, and if you get in a bid war when we get there, we just let it go if it gets beyond that point. So, and when we do that, you know, we are making sure that it's a sound investment for our investors.
We do all of our research already. So, did you show them the paper?
I did. So we got, you know, our numbers and everything.
The numbers, so that way you can feel comfortable and confident just knowing that, you know, you're going to have a great investment property, great CMA reports. We even, like yesterday, we took the time out of our day to go out and actually look at these properties. And some of them you could probably see, but maybe not, that we crossed them off because of it being a bad deal. So some of them you could tell that they had been abandoned for years, and now the company is just catching up with them and that sort of thing. So those we crossed off the list because we would not want our investors to invest in properties such as that. Right.
And, you know, like I said, on this list, we get the list from public websites. So, you know, we ain't just throwing somebody's business out there, to make that clear. Now, and the reason why we're making this video is because, you know, people hit us up in the inbox. Matter of fact, she just got an investor hit her up before we started this live to say they want to buy investment properties. But now how this works is, you know, we telling people, hey, you don't have to have a lot of money to invest in these things. So what we doing is creating trust. And a trust is a document to be able to go represent you guys. So let's use $100. And let's say, hey, you say, well, I got $30. I want to buy into that thing right there. So you will have 30% ownership through a trust, which will make you a beneficiary, so that you know, hey, I got my sound ownership and this is how. We ain't gonna use the LLCs, because if you try to make an LLC every time, you gotta pay for all of that stuff right there. We set up trust funds and go to the auction, and we have escrow agents where your money will sit. So it ain't like your money being tied up. Hey, if then nothing get bought at the auction, your money go right back to you. You know what I mean? So that, and then we got a transactional agreement with you, so that you're saying, hey, you know, I want to go and buy on that thing. So we saying, you know, let's come up with a quick name of a trust and let's use that.
Whatever, you could say, I don't know, Facebook trust.
Facebook trust, that's a good one. So now we're there and we're bidding for Facebook trust. So now you made an investment, but then you're a beneficiary of the trust. And we're just the trustees there buying properties on your behalf. And usually these properties, people redeem them. So with the realtor fees and everything included, you still gonna make pretty much 14% on your money. And that's just the first beginning. But if they don't redeem the property, that's jackpot. Yeah, because we're going to the auction trying
and
to
what bank paying you 14% on your money?
Man. And a couple of days ago, I was just feeling good. I sent out a free credit repair system to people, stuff that I used back in the days when I had owned my own credit repair company, because I want people to get their credit up so that they can. What's going on, cuz? Matter of fact, I sent my cousin some information. You know what I mean? Because I want you guys to be able to get credit so that you can invest. You know what I mean? We go into these auctions and you can run out of money. At the auction, I mean, there's so many deals going up. At this one, it's going to be about about 30, 40 properties going up. You can't buy all of them. So that's why this is going to work for all the investors going in. And, so we wanted to make the video. And
investors across the U.S.
Yeah, so you don't have to be there.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. You're investing from wherever you are, that we're going to the auction. And then, like I say, once we purchase, we're going to send you a property report of the property to show the potential if they do not redeem. And what redeem mean is, say if they went back and say, hey, I still want to keep my house. We went to one and the guy had a misunderstanding of what happened to his house. So we had to help and explain it to him what happened. He figured, well, all I got to do is just owe $600 or whatever, whatnot like that. But his property actually sold at the auction for like 17 grand. And he has to pay a penalty on top of that money that they bought it for. So for him to get 100% control back of his property, he would have to pay like $20,000 some back to the investor. That's very profitable, ain't it?
Yeah, for the investor. Absolutely.
Very profitable. And he will have to pay that back. But if he couldn't come up with that money, we were trying to help him understand, well, it might be your best interest to go ahead and sell the property while you still have the redemption rights. So that, hey, you got equity or whatever on top of your house at that time. It's best for you to sell the house to get your equity up out of the house. So it's a win-win all across the board. We're trying to help the sellers. We're trying to help the buyers. We're just all in on this process right here. And like I said, we buy all of our books and we go out and represent you.
I was just laughing because Chloe, she wanted to be in the video too.
Oh, she's back there relaxing. But
yep.
yeah.
But as you can see, you will have some great time invested into whatever investment you make, because we put our time and effort into reading books such as this book right here.
And we got that, from John Alexander right there. That's a good book. So if you don't know what trust funds, all that stuff mean, this is how you educate yourself. You go buy the book and read up on it. You know what I mean? We're not trying to hide game. We sharing it. We want you on the team. We want to help you win. You win, And that's the thing, is saying, hey, if I got $20, I can't. Yeah, because we're going to divide it up. And then it'll show you what percent you own. You know what I mean? So if you say, hey, if y'all go, because we're going to go to these auctions every month. And we're building our team up so we can have, other realtors that's on our team go to other auctions, say, hey, we want to buy that one too. So that's how we setting it up. So like I said, if you got your 401k, hey, you got credit, hey, or you got some savings, or you got some equity in your house, say, hey, I want to gain 14% on my money too. How do I get started? So like I'm saying, we go drive these lists. Like this one, because I've seen some, like I'm saying, you go to auctions and just say, well, I want to buy that, because you didn't Zillow the property or something like that. We done seen some come up and drove them, they were burnt down. Or you buying a locked land, and what landlocked means is you buying a piece of land that's in the middle of other lands and you got no street access to it. That's what a landlock is. You don't want to buy something like that. You just don't want to do it. We ain't going to let you buy nothing like that on our team, because we're doing the research. We pretty much, going through it to make sure when we go there with confidence and we bid that.
Yeah, the only way somebody probably would want to buy a landlocked is if they're looking to move in that area and they want to build, do new construction.
Right, but then they will have to buy around it or get an easement. And an easement means, is permission from the other landowner to get to it. Because you can't get in the middle on a landlocked and do what you want to do with it. Because you got to cross somebody else's property, which would be trespassing, which
is another video.
Yeah, but why do that when we can take the time out and go through these properties and say, hey, this one is a good investment and this is why, and then too, hey, we expanding, we was down there cleaning up and everything, get everything going because this stuff is growing. It's growing, opportunities are opening up, but we're doing all of the research and everything so that we can provide supreme service. Hey, John, we using your book, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. John says, great combo. Your experience and the trust with investors. Yes.
Absolutely. John. We're using this from your expertise to go ahead and we're going to represent our buyers at the auction. That's the author of the book, you guys. This is awesome. I'm excited. Been following John's information, buying his systems for a long time. But yeah, so that's how we're going to do it. We got the auction coming up tomorrow.
Exactly.
And I'm fired up to go to this auction.
What's up, Kamika?
Kamika, neighbor. Hey there, neighbor. What's going on?
Yeah.
So yeah, we fired up. We going here tomorrow, and we just going to go until we run out of money. But we're going to give out information, let those investors know, hey, you don't have to come here. We'll come represent. And plus, we're at 2 auctions at the same time. The auctions usually on first Tuesdays of the month, but how could you be at more than one auction? You got to join the team.
JC McKinney says, how much to get started? That's a great question.
Well, there's no startup fee. What it is just, you just put money in and then we go to the auction to buy. There's no startup fee. There's no fees, because the thing is that we set up a transactional agreement, so whatever we buy, our fees is on there. You know what I mean? That's how that works. And we charging, like I say, that as a realtor, we technically representing both sides. So we're giving a transactional agreement.
Basically,
which is 6%.
Yeah.
Because in Georgia, you're getting 20%, but that's why with all of the fees and everything, it's going to leave a 14% profit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Oh, I'm sorry for cutting you off, honey.
Yeah, I would say between 14 and 15, because I think earlier you said 15. So anywhere between 14 and 15% is what you'll get on your funds. Yeah, any state, you could be in any state, Kamika, exactly.
Yeah, or wherever you're located from, but we're doing the auctions here in Georgia. So wherever you at, you say, hey, I want to invest in those auctions too.
Right.
So now it don't matter where you at, because you're going to have part ownership through the trust.
Exactly.
See? You're going to have a beneficiary percent. Say if you just say, hey, I want to buy my own though, and I want to be 100% just my money. That's fine too. You don't have to join it all in, but with that, you're giving the buying power, and that's what we're doing. But if you say, hey, individually, I want you to represent mine, I don't want mine group funded or nothing like that, then that's fine. We you get your trust to where it's specifically for your needs, and you got 100%, and then we're just there at the auction. We're your trustee at the time, and you can change trustees whenever you want. Okay.
What up, Willie Frank, our cousin? Hey.
Hey there, cuz.
Yeah, so hopefully that answered your question, JC. You can have any amounts of funds. Just know that you'll get anywhere between 14 and 15% return on your investment.
Once they redeem. But if they don't redeem, then the profit shoots all the way up, because now you own the property, and that's the big Christmas check right there. But anywhere it go, you're going in to win. And like I said, taking the time to do this research is very important going to auctions, and going to an auction without doing this research, to me, is like trying to shoot craps. It just ain't necessary when you got knowledgeable realtors just willing to go there to do the research and represent you temporarily if need be, and transfer the trust, or you just switch trustees, and it's totally under your control, and our fees are already paid when we go there, because Now, why are we doing this? This why. In Georgia, you don't have, like, in some states, you got annually, correct. Or when they pay it back. Because some auctions you go to, it progresses. Like, if they pay it back in the first 3 months, the redemption, you're only getting 3%. I think South Carolina's set up that way. Then the next 3 months is 6%.
So we're talking about Georgia.
We're talking about Georgia. So if you know, once you're in there. But see, the reason why we're doing this is because when we bid at the auction, you don't have this grace period of when you got to pay for. You got to pay for it that day. So that's why we're setting this up, to letting people know, hey, it has to be paid for that day. There's no 45 days and all that stuff. Then you go out and check a house. That's how you can get comfortable at other auctions. But in Georgia, you have to pay to play that day. Bars.
Oh Lord. But yeah, so it's good stuff. Absolutely. Thank you, Latanya. But if you want to become, be a part of how we are running this business with the investment properties and everything, and just rest assured that there's really not work on your part except to, whatever money you want to make on your money, that's the money that you'll put into this.
Yeah.
Because we want to take all the guesswork out for you, because we understand that people are going to work. They're in different states. They don't have time to do all of this stuff that we eat, breathe, and sleep. Yeah. Right? Because that's all we do is real estate, and we're licensed, so we know how to get the CMA reports.
Yeah.
We can go out, we can view the property, make sure that the CMA report that we pulled up online matches up with the actual property that we went out and saw.
Absolutely. And then say something go to full term after the year. See, then it's another process to get the trust to own that property, which we got all the lawyers on our team to handle that. And then that's when I say, hey, yo, let's just put this property on the market, get our investors back, pay their money, because we don't want to fix them up. Just sell it for a discount, get the profits, keep going. But if you want to keep them, that's fine.
Yeah. The biggest work that you have to do is trust. So you have to be able to trust that, we know what we're doing and that we're going to do everything that we say we're going to do. Which we are, and to make sure that you get your percentage, right. Make sure that, when we're ready to sell the property, everything is in place of what needs to happen. It's just, we want to get everybody involved and start helping you guys make your money work for you just as well.
Yeah, and as it grows, then we go into the auction and, just really just putting a dent in it, and everybody, winning, and making money. And some of them you keeping to get residual income, because look at what happened. The pandemic, just really rocked a lot of people ways of, earning money. Mm-hmm. So this right here is saying, hey, your money, our knowledge.
Yeah.
Trust fund protection. Everything is in position to work for you, and hey, if you just saying, hey, I want my dream house. Hey, you want to, we go out and help you get that too. Hey, you been in your house more than 7 years? You want to sell your house? We will sell your house. How fast did you sell the house you just listed?
And you don't have to be in your house more than 7 years. If you want to sell it in 3 years, we can help you with that too.
Exactly.
The house that we just listed, we had that up less than 48 hours and we received a pending offer on it. So we should close on that property on the 5th of next month.
Awesome. Yeah, I had to cut the grass on that joker. Mm-hmm. That healed.
But anyway, that's another subject. Yeah. Anyway, we appreciate you all for tuning in. If you have any questions, you watch this later on, then, feel free to comment and we'll come back on and answer your question later on today. Cuzzo says, what's the startup amount, you guys? There is no set startup amount. It's just whatever you want to invest. I guess
you said we have access to the financials.
500, right? At least 500.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, 500 on up. So there's no maximum amount that you can invest, but the minimum I would say 500, because if people came with like $50, that'll be like.
Well, it's just a very small decimal. You know what I mean? But the thing is that you just dividing what you put into it to what it costs to buy. And JC had a good question there that essentially would be partners in the trust will have access to the financials as well. Well, the financials will actually be the deed to the property that shows how much it cost for the actual purchase. So that will be the financials because it will show exactly what it cost to buy that property right there. So that's your financials. That's a great question.
Great question. Yeah.
And then what you invested in that trust, that'll be your percent on that trust. So say if we bought a land that was only $500, that trust owns that property. So you still got that percent regardless to what was bought. It's all going into that trust.
Yeah. And as he said before, you know, we're just talking about the 14 to 15% on the smaller scale.
Yeah.
But the big money happens when the
don't
person does not redeem their property and we're able to sell it for a profit and we split that.
Yeah.
That's where the money comes in.
That's the big one.
We're just, this video today is just talking about that 14 to 15%. So that way those that understand numbers, and I can tell everybody here understands number because of all the great questions you're asking. Mm-hmm. But, for those that understand numbers, they will definitely understand the bigger picture when we say, hey, this property, we didn't make 14% this year. That's because they didn't redeem it. But hey, we're about to sell this property and we're about to split an even bigger profit.
Yes.
That's
thank you, JC. Absolutely transparent because we go to the auction. There's no purchases. We don't lock no money in. You know what I mean? You send it back. All right, there wasn't no buys today, or we got outbid it because if we get outbid it, we ain't mad because we don't want no bad deal.
Exactly. And so if we come back and we come back to the huddle and we be like, hey y'all, we didn't get anything today. We want y'all to understand that we're doing that because we don't want to just throw your money into just anything. Your money is our money. And
then you see like the sheet right here. See how I got some of this stuff crossed out? There's a lot of properties on here, but if we cross
they're not all good deals.
It's a bad investment. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. You get a stack it's plenty of properties
and
on there. End up with just that couple after you filter through them, drive them to verify and everything like that, then run them through our realtor system and say, hey, this is what this property gonna appraise for when it sells for maximum value on the retail market. So we know all of this stuff, and that's the thing right there to help you with your investment, saying, yeah, I want to buy into them. And then when we come out of the auction and we knew we purchased them, everybody in that trust, we're going to email you a CMA report of that property. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we'll probably set up something like a Zoom, like once a month to discuss different things because this happens every month.
Every month.
People are losing their properties every single month. So therefore, whatever you putting in, you deserve to know what, is going on with the investment properties.
Absolutely.
Right? Whether something got redeemed or whether something got sold or whether, it's just still there.
Yeah.
So you always know what's going on.
Yeah. And so when the redemption thing means this and this, they got a lien put on their property. So if they try to sell it or whatever, you don't really have to worry about it because when they try to sell it or transfer the deed, this is in the way, and then this has to get paid to release the lien for it to move forward, which is repping Milwaukee. Absolutely, I'm repping the Milwaukee because the Packers playing the A tonight. Hey.
Yeah, I was gonna throw that in there, whatever. Cousin says, how soon can one get started? Well, I'll tell you what we're doing. Tomorrow we're actually going to one of these auctions, right? And we're gonna, just go in and we're hoping that we can buy a couple of properties actually tomorrow.
As long as they're not bidding crazy, we will, but we will not go there just to own a property with mathematically wrong.
Exactly.
We're not doing that. We already got our maximums on some, and even like lots. It's a couple of vacant lots in here. One of them we got the maximum bid on that one's gonna be $600.
But I tell you what, cousin, if you're interested, shoot me your email address in my inbox, and so that way when we're because we actually have not put everything together as far as when we're gonna get started bringing on other people. Right now, we're just, you know,
we got a couple cash buyers that we're working with, but we're saying this list with so many properties on there, we're like, you know what? We got to go ahead and put this out here as a service because we just gonna sit there and watch all this opportunity go past. It's like, hey, y'all could have got in on this. You know what I mean? And so that's why we putting it out there saying, hey, we're at the auctions. We can't buy all of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now more people, the merrier. And hey, we here to represent you as your realtor.
Exactly. So while you're out there driving the big rig, because we'll be at the auction and investing, you know, and it's exciting, and we're happy to bring on other people and just excited to build something together. Yeah, and it's for anybody, everybody, and you know, it's solid. Like say, hey, you looking to sell a house or you tired of renting or whatever. Hey, if I did not send you personally something to help you fix your credit, just say, hey, inbox me. You know what I mean? You don't even have to put it on here to say, I want the credit information. Inbox me or my wife, and we'll privately send it to you. Good stuff, good stuff. Well, like I said, you know, if you all have any additional questions, something that we didn't answer, please feel free to comment in this video. And then that way when we, later on, we see the question, we'll definitely hop on and answer your question. But we appreciate everybody for tuning in live, watching the replay. And, yep, JC, I just saw your message. So awesome. But yeah.
Yeah, and then,
any last things?
Oh, yeah, the last thing is just going to be a lot of marketing on here, guys, because we're trying to connect with the people that want to, you know, make changes in their financials. And we're going to be here to market. So, sorry, I'm going to do a lot of marketing. My bad.
Good stuff. Alrighty. See you all on the next one.
All right.
Bye for now. How do I end that one?